Yeah, the Rams aren't a slouch, and we saw that yesterday with the Cleveland Browns coming in. By the way, why did Joe Flacco look like he had more command of his offense than any other Browns
I was
quarterback
just thinking that. Like, I'm like, yeah, like they got their butts whooped by the Rams, but they're
at the
actually in a
end?
yeah, but they're in a good spot. Like with Joe Flacco throwing the ball, the big thing
It's
for
a
the
better spot than the Steelers are in.
oh yeah, I don't nobody like I wrote recently like, hey, it's time to fork the Steelers, and I have a hint of like hesitation because of Mike Tomlin. He usually finds a way to keep this team competitive, but they're atrocious offensively. What the Browns show against the Rams, like okay, you could be competent enough where you could help your defense and get into the playoffs. But what the Rams did, Fernando, they took away their identity. They Matthew Stafford and Kyren Williams and Puka and Cup got yards on that great defense. And then they took away on the defensive side with Aaron Donald and Raheem Morris, the defensive coordinator. They took away the running game. If you take away the running game from the Browns, they're pretty much cooked. Yeah, let Flacco do his thing, but that's about it there. So, the Rams have been very impressive.
That interception that Flacco threw, I'm like, dude, why? Like,
Yeah.
why are you resorting to the old Joe Flacco where you're like making like you shouldn't have
He's
like
like 40. What do you
your
expect?
arm isn't but your arm isn't the same as what it was.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
I'm sure Joe Flacco from the Super Bowl when they went and competed in that Super Bowl, I'm sure Flacco would have completed that, but this Joe Flacco, like he let it hang and John Johnson got the interception, but I mean, you have to be impressed with the Rams. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, everybody thought they were dead in the water, and oh hey, can we draft a quarterback high? Can we do this? Can we do that? What's the next move? And all of a sudden, I think they've won what 3 straight.
Yeah, 3 straight. That's what the
Yeah.
banner
So,
says.
huh?
That's what the banner says.
Oh yeah, my bad. I wasn't
Yeah, they
looking
beat
there.
the Seahawks, the Cardinals, and the Browns.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you want to
Respectable.
look at it in that point of view, I mean, the Seahawks just almost, Geno Smith wouldn't have done what Geno Smith always does. They would have beat the Cowboys on last Thursday, so that's pretty impressive. But I mean, Matthew Stafford, 22 of 37, 279. I saw Puka Nacua run the ball a couple of times, and it was actually pretty
Yeah,
efficient. So,
yeah. I know one got
uh,
called back though, a long run.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the one okay, yeah. But he had 4 catches, 105, 1 touchdown. Demarcus Robinson, 4 for 55 and a touchdown. That's a name that we hadn't heard in a while. He was the former Chiefs receiver, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, you got
Yeah.
that correct. He had a
Yeah, yeah,
nice
yeah.
catch on 30 yards and then a touchdown. Yeah,
Yeah. And then Cooper Kupp, 6, 39, 1 touchdown. But Joe Flacco, 23 of 44, 254, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Kyren Williams has been the guy that's really impressing me because if you give the Rams a running game like we've seen in the past with holy crap, I see his face, but I cannot remember his name. Todd Gurley. Todd
oh
Gurley. If you give him a running game and I
yeah,
think Kyren Williams has kind of been that guy. I know he went out. That's when they kind of struggled. When he went out, comes back in, boom, they start kicking butt again, and he's really impressive. I mean, I remember I talked to him at his pro day, and really good guy. I remember he said, "Yeah, I'm the best running back in this draft, and I feel it, and blah 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 blah." And everybody told me like that kid's impressive. That kid's impressive, and his patch catching ability was what really impressed everybody. Now you see him here, and he can do a lot of different things, and he's really a game changer for the Rams. So I was really impressed with their victory over the Browns because it was really close at one point, and then that's kind of been the Rams' fashion the last 2 years, isn't it? Like they're in really tight games, and then they pull away kind of at the end, and it looks like a blowout, but really it was a really close game up to a certain point and they kind of just run away with it.
yeah. Real quick because we just got a shout out from friend of the show, Roger Lodge. We go on his show too pretty often, and return the favor, Roger. Shout out to you if you're watching. We love going on the show. Check him out, the Sports Lodge with Roger Lodge. But yeah, the Rams are doing better, and you know we asked a good question the other day, Fernando, and I'm surprised that you went the other way. But we asked which LA team is in a good spot to succeed for the next, 2 to 3 years. I went with the Chargers because they have the young quarterback and Justin Herbert. And you're like, hold on, those Rams, they're building everything else. I know maybe Stafford might not be around, but they got a good rookie class, a good coach, a good GM that knows how to hit. So I was pretty interesting the point of view there, but you're right. The Rams tend
Can
to
you
do it.
repeat that for the morons that call me Homer Simpson or anything like that? Can you
Who called
repeat
you?
that again?
Is it because
I've
your
heard.
brother's hanging out at Moe's Tavern every single week? Is
I
that
don't know,
why?
but I've heard Barney. But I've heard before Homer. I'm like, I'm not a Homer, you jackasses. Like, I know how I know what this is. I know what other stuff is. I know the Rams are building something great over there. Why does Alonso always want to? He always steers it back to the 40. He's probably on such a high right now.
He's doing the double where he talks
A
about it.
fear. Stop.
What he say?
Stop. God. He said the Chargers are going to have Jim Harbaugh next season. A fear. God. My bad, but Alonso must be on a high right now, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say he's doing the fantasy football take, but he doesn't have Kyren Williams. Now I remember, but yeah, Deebo Samuel and Kyren Williams. I guess not the same kind of dangerous, but Kyren Williams is doing his thing there. And shout out to House of Horns. Rams are 6-3 with Kyren Williams. Yeah, yeah. And I remember when they drafted the Rams. I covered the Rams that year, and they loved his pass protection. If you could pass protect, you're gonna find the way on the field. And he's doing everything. Passing, running, blocking, everything, and Fernando, like to your point of why you chose the Rams, I guess core group right now for the future. Puka Nacua, Kyren Williams, a good offensive line. Not the best, but they got Steve Avila. They drafted him there. And then the defense needs talent, but they're being well coached. And then you could trust the GM Blessing to bring in draft picks. And real quick, I'm going to take full credit here for the Rams doing well. I actually predicted before the season started they're going to be 7-10, and they're one win away from that for me. To get to 7-10, they're going to win more games than that. But they're a nice surprise this season. A lot of
Vic
people
was the
counting
one
them
that
out.
said that they were going to make the playoffs. So I mean, in
Victor,
that one,
yeah, I know Victor's probably feeling himself right now because when they were 3
I don't
and
think they
6,
counted for the Packers being that good, though.
yeah, I don't know if I did for Compas, but I did predict the Packers to make the playoffs. So I did something right. They're looking nice right now. I actually went as far as predicting them to win the NFC North. I got that wrong, but the Lions will take
Well,
care of
hey,
that.
it's not over
Yeah,
yet,
that's
but
true. The Lions are kind of
especially
shaky.
the way the Lions, like, they
Can't
almost lost
defend.
to the Saints yesterday. By the way, the fact that Derek Carr was getting booed every single time he went back into the game, that was so bad. Like, everybody wanted Taysom Hill to be the quarterback.
Man, yeah, it's gotten pretty ugly for the Saints there. The Rams actually play the Saints on Thursday Night Football, but yeah, what was that?
Here?
Yeah, it's SoFi Stadium, so they're probably gonna keep that game because the NFC South is terrible. The Saints are in the race there, then the Rams are in the playoff hunt. But it's been a nice turnaround, Fernando, because they had 3 points in Green Bay with Brett Rippon. They were 3-6, come out of the bye week, and then win 3 straight in a row. So
They can thank Dan's Chargers that got them jump started.
Who, the Packers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about the Rams, but the Packers.
Oh, my bad.
I actually, when I wrote a very positive review of Jordan Love's performance yesterday, and I mentioned his confidence returned after he played the poor Charger secondary. So there you go, a little shot there. Sorry.
Hey, and honestly, he faced one of the best defense. Well, we're not in that, but yeah, no, the we'll get to that in a second. But the Rams, the Rams are going to face some stiff competition, I think, for that final seed. For the final 2 or 3 seeds, just because like the NFC is kind of so bad that like everybody's kind of mixing in and there's no clear cut. I mean, the Cowboys and Eagles have either the 2 and the or like the 1 seed and then the 5th seed or whatever. There's only 2 spots left, and we'll see which 2 end up getting it. But
maybe the Packers and the Rams, the Vikings and
no,
the
it could be
are the other way.
The one thing I would tell Cooper Kupp in the offseason, big dog, take you a trip to Germany. Go get everything fixed.
Yeah.
Go get everything fixed.
He's getting old pretty fast.
Yeah, but go get everything fixed. I mean, you can go get everything. Like, go get like everything. Just turn into the Bionic Man, the Terminator. Just
what's the beauty about the drafting well, Fernando? You go find Puka Nacua, and you're doing pretty nice.
No, and I mean those 2, I think will be fine. Like I said, I don't know what Matthew Stafford's going to do after the season's over.
He played great yesterday. He was pretty good.
Yeah, no, he did. I mean, I was impressed by him, but I'm just wondering what he's gonna like. Is he like, I don't know, because you never know with all the hits and because Matthew's taken a lot of. I remember one season, I think he should have missed. I think the back end of the season, and he stayed and I remember there was one play where he got obliterated, and he still came in and tried the 2-point conversion. Like the dude's as tough as they come, but at one point, like you, it's hard to get up in the morning, I'm sure. But
speaking of Todd Gurley, you know what video came up on my TikTok the other day was like that game with Todd Gurley was supposed to go down or not score. He scores, and then the Lions with Stafford come back and beat him because they gave him the extra time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shows you that Stafford was all slow in that game too, banged up, and he comes back and he wins. But typical
maybe
Stafford.
he went to Germany.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, by the way, real quick, Victor and I keep talking about a potential playoff matchup in Detroit, Rams wild card against the Lions. That'd be pretty awesome because they haven't played each other since the trade.
I don't know who I
pick.
I may pick.
That's how bad the Lions have gone that you're considering taking the Rams at home. I mean, in Detroit.
Yeah, like I may have
to that.
Yeah, I think they could. I mean, it'd be in because like Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff. I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford. Like he's been there, he's done that. And I don't like
team that knows how to win in the playoffs with the core veteran group and then a bunch of young guys, but they have Stafford, Kupp, and Donald and
McVay. No. That is not true. Dan Dago has not said that Harbaugh's going to be the coach next year. Athir, come on, dude. Dan Dago's never said that. I can attest to it because Gilbert's even been here. Dan Dago's realistic. I don't get on your butt. I like to go back and forth with you. You're a funny dude. You give me life. So obviously I'm gonna go back and forth with you, but Dan Dago hasn't said that. Athir, are you a Dan Dago fan? Do you like Dan Dago? What do you think?
I think he doesn't. I think he prefers me on the show for What's Up Votes.
I don't know. I think he prefers like everybody, but like he's never mentioned, like that's the first time he's ever mentioned Dan Dago.
He's not a fan. He's one of those, maybe he's the one that called him Barney.
I don't know. Like I know opposing fans hate Dan Dago. Like I know Ravens fans, Lions fans, they all cannot stand Dan Dago. Oh, he doesn't like him.
Oh wow,
that's interesting.
And it's not my burner. I'm not typing anything. All right.
Maybe it's Vic writing on that account, but
I wonder why. Like he's annoying, yeah, but he's a straight shooter.
He's too negative. Oh,
yeah. He tells you like it is. How about that?
Hey, but Athir, he's like that for everything though. He's not just like that for like Chargers. He's like that for everything. So I mean, if you get him on any topic, like Dan Dago, honestly, like, and I think Gilbert can attest to this. Dan Dago's been telling us that the quarterback play has been terrible the last few years, and I feel like everybody's kind of starting to realize, oh, you know what? Like maybe he wasn't completely wrong about that. So
I'm trying to think me and Dan should start a podcast called Negative Vibes with Dan and Gilberto.
That'd be actually I told you your Wednesday show. I mean, you should just throw him in there and see how that goes. I mean, just seeing him and the interaction and everything. Victor is MIA.
No, I'm guessing Steve. Oh, Steve. Yeah, Steve's from House of Horns. This is our other podcast under the Compas on the Beat network. Yeah, but House of Horns will be back on Wednesday.
You guys, you Wednesday. Who do they play this? Oh, Ravens. Good luck with that crowd. Ravens fans are gonna find you guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Hopefully, let's see if we annoy them like the way you did.
So okay, so he loves Victor. You and I, it's a tie because it's hard, but he loves us both. Oh, that's crazy. At the
I'm guessing maybe I feel like the positive to negative scale would be like
that's kind of the way it is. Like Victor's the most positive. Like he sees the good in sees the good in people. You and I are kind of like in between the dark side and the Jedi.
I'm worse than you. I feel and then it's your brother.
Yeah, and then Dan Dago's just a Sith. Dan Dago's the Sith Lord. That is hilarious. Athir, you honestly, I don't think you'll ever know. You bring a lot of entertainment to this pod, and we appreciate you, Athir. You're awesome. But just to end on the Rams thing, I don't know who I'd go for in that scenario. I think that'd be a really good scenario. Lions, Rams, I think it'd be great to see, but wow. That'd be my money might be on the Rams on that one, just because I mean I'm still not a huge believer in the Rams, but I think, like I said, what they're building, I'm actually a big fan of, and I see the way that they're doing things. You could tell the team really they're together. They're 100%.
I feel like people might want you and Victor for House of Horns because last week somebody got in the comments and say, "Hey, find some positivity. This show's too negative." House of Horns. I'm like, it's probably because of me. I'm bringing it down. When they were 3-6, Fernando, I was just bashing everybody.
No, but if I jumped in there with somebody with positivity, I would just be the negative one.
Yeah, so, you gotta have a little balance there.
Because their offensive line still is a little shaky to me, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't watch all that regularly, but like my question's been like I haven't really seen Aaron Donald all that much.
Yeah, until yesterday he had a
Yeah,
lot of
yesterday.
pressure, and then he finally got the safety to kind of pop out. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see.